A Feather in His Hair is not really that great of a cartoon, and that's even when you consider or not consider the slightly awkward depiction of the Native American character. Having said that, compared to other Warner Brothers cartoons that depict Native Americans, it could be a lot worse. This was released in 1948, directed by Chuck Jones, written by Michael Maltese and Ted Pierce, with Mel Blanc and Maltese voicing various characters. Bugs Bunny is, of course, voiced by Mel Blanc, and Bugs Bunny comes up against this Native American who is trying to hunt and capture bugs. And I do have to say, while I didn't love the cartoon and I feel like most of it was very boring and not that interesting, the haircut bit I did like. I thought that played out very well. But the rest of it just was very uneventful, and I don't want to say badly animated because it wasn't badly animated. I just felt like visually it wasn't that appealing. There wasn't much to look at. The backdrops all felt very similar, and it just wasn't a very engaging cartoon. Now, with regards to the Native American character, as I said, there are some, very obvious stereotypes, but I will say that it's of all of the Warner Brothers cartoons that come to mind that feature a Native American, it's probably one of the least problematic, which I know is not saying much, but I do have to say they could have, done a lot worse, which doesn't make it okay, but I feel like it's worth mentioning that it could have been worse, because if you've seen literally any other Warner Brothers cartoon with a Native American character, they really go to town on stereotypes. This one, the character was not too bad, and he wasn't annoying, which I think is a good thing, because I feel like sometimes they can stereotype them so much that the characters are meant to be annoying and weird and peculiar, which is really a bad thing. But I didn't actually feel like that was the case here at all. I feel like it was a little bit more fair than usual, but maybe only just. But Bugs Bunny in this just didn't really have that many good lines. It wasn't a really good Bugs Bunny cartoon at all. I loved the ending. Loved the ending. I thought that was brilliantly animated and very well done. I won't say how it ends. So it's definitely one of those cartoons where the journey was really boring and the destination wasn't even that exciting, but comparatively it was pretty decent. So A Feather in His Hair, even if you take out the stereotyping, it's just not a good cartoon. I just didn't feel like the narrative was that decent. I didn't think the animation was particularly, impressive compared to other Warner Brothers cartoons. It was very repetitive and, not the most delightful color palette. I just didn't think it was visually engaging. The narrative was mostly not engaging. Needless to say, A Feather in His Hair is just not one that I enjoyed.